Welcome back, friends. What do you think of when you hear the word ghost town? You might think tumbleweeds rolling down a dusty western street, maybe the Wild West. That's what I think of when I first hear of ghost town. But today, we're hiking in a ghost town that was established in the 1600s, the late 1600s. And this is in the woods. Now, I've been here a long time ago, but I don't think I ever filmed quite like I want to present it to you guys today. This loop is about, just under 7 miles. This now ghost town got the name of Dogtown from the soldiers who went off to fight the American Revolutionary War. They left their wives behind, and their wives wanted company. A lot of them got dogs, and over time, and I'll get into that, but over time, as this place became more desolate and people moved out due to the downfall of industry and the war was over, a lot of the dogs ended up being turned loose. A lot of them went feral, and this area became known as Dogtown. Some say it's haunted, but I don't know. We'll have to see about that. There was a man, Roger Babsons, who during the Great Depression, from the year of 1929 to 1941, somewhere in that time period, he had hired a bunch of out-of-work stonecutters, and he created what's known today as Babson rocks or Babson Boulders. And he hired them to come out here and put about maybe 3 dozen inspirational quotes written on some rocks for future generations to either adhere to or to enjoy. And today we're out here to see that. At the height of Dogtown, I think there was close to 100 families that lived out here, and you can still see remnants of their old home sites. And I can't wait to bring you along. These boulders were etched by these stonecutters well over 100 years ago, and they're still here today. And what he also did, Roger Babson, is he numbered all the home sites. So there's also boulders here that just have numbers on them, and that indicates that there was once a home site and there was somebody actually living there. So we're on a road right here. We're on this road, and this is the main road where people had their homes. So let's check it out. So just to give you an example, there's a big boulder. Sorry about the light. There's a big boulder right here, and it's marked with number 18. So in this area right here was an old home site. This was somebody's living area. And you might actually be able to see remnants that looks like an old stair maybe. But there's a lot of depressions in the ground and sinkholes that would indicate where somebody once lived. So let's explore this area and see what part of history we can find together. No, I'm not kidding, guys. I don't know if you can see that. There's a coyote running right there. You see him? Wow. See him looking back at me? Right there. Oh boy. Hey puppy. Well guys, that really took me by surprise, and I guess I didn't expect to see any dogs. There's a wild coyote pretty much running right up in front of me. I'm glad you guys got to see that. So I guess there is still dogs running through the woods here, but I mean, coyotes are pretty much everywhere, but wow, that couldn't have been better timing. Wow, that was pretty cool. But once this area started settling, there must have been close to like between 60 and 100 homes out here. And they built out here because they were safe from, you know, any pirates. That's what's listed in the information, any pirates or native enemies. So they were safe here. So that's where we are today. Where did that coyote go? This area was used for collecting wood. It was also a common area for cattle and for sheep. So it was a safe area for that. Just keeping an eye out for any of the boulders that Roger Babson had his stonecutters inscribed some messages on some rocks. And by the way, his family thought he was crazy. His family thought he was nuts for doing this. They thought he was out here defacing the land, and they considered it graffiti at the time. But it's still here today, and it provides many with smiles and inspiration, and a lot of people like to come here. So as you can see, there's a lot of stone walls. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a lot of stone walls in place. And these were set up in place, obviously, to mark our property lines. They were used for cattle. They were used for sheep. And wow, this is really awesome. So this area that you're looking at, I don't know if you can see the inscription on this rock. Right there it says DTSQ, and that stands for Dogtown Square. So this brought you in to Dogtown. Looks like a tree just came down. All right, let's climb over this. And if you do come out here, just please be careful, because the terrain is extremely rocky. It's very slippery. And the trails, if there are any really, they're not really marked out well. And it looks like we're coming up to a boulder that has an inscription right here. So Roger Babson put, like I said, his out-of-work stonecutters. Look at that. What does that say? It says moraine. Moraine. I'm going to have to look that up, guys. I'm not familiar with what moraine means. If you know the meaning of moraine, drop it down below in the comments. I have no idea. But there's one of the first rocks that I've come across that have been inscribed during the Great Depression. Way cool. Just coming up to another inscribed boulder out here. I believe Roger Babson gave his unemployed stonecutters free rein of what inscription they put on these rocks. They were meant to be wise words, quotes, and motivational. So there's one that says study. Look at this. They did a great job to last this long from the Great Depression era. Pretty cool. And on that same boulder that says study, it looks like it's all one word, beyond. But anyways, it's be on time. Some good advice right there. That's something I happen to be a stickler for. I'm usually never late for anything. I'm always on time. So be on time. All right, let's continue on and see what else this set of woods has to offer. And it is a really eerie feeling out here. And I don't mean like scary, haunted feeling. But not many people come out here. And matter of fact, I'm the only one in the distant parking lot, so we'll see if we come across anybody. And once I break for lunch, once I pull over, so to speak, and set up and have myself something to eat and make a coffee, we'll talk a little bit more about the decline and why this place is considered to be haunted. So let's keep going. Seems like pretty good advice, doesn't it? Another inscription. A lot of these you're going to have to search for. It's not like they're just, you walk along the trail. Just kind of peek at the boulders as you go along and you might find a surprise inscribed on the rocks. As the last residents died, their pets became feral, I guess, thus given the name Dogtown. And yeah. And by 1828, the village was all but abandoned, except for one resident. The last resident's name was Cornelius Black Neil Finson. That's what he was called. And he was found in 1830 in a cellar hole with his feet frozen. He was then transported to what they call a poorhouse. And the last structure in Dogtown was raised in 1845, but there is still remnants to be seen, and we're going to see what we can find. And this is amazing, and I just happened to stop at another boulder right here, so let's go check this one out. Wow, this thing's massive. And this one, oh, it's my stomach growling. And this one says industry. Look at that. That is amazing. Look at that. The scale of that is just so huge. See that? Wow. And speaking of industry, that's part of the reason that Dogtown didn't survive long. People were driving right past Dogtown and going right into a now booming Gloucester with the fishing industry, and farmers really, they left the area. They left this area. Let's see if there's anything down over here. I'm kind of going off the main trail and just kind of peeking up these little, as you can see, these little trails here. See if there's anything over here. Oh, look at the size of this one. I wonder if there's anything written on this rock over here. Oh, only one way to find out, right? Let's see if there's anything here. Oh, wow. There is. Wait till you see this, guys. So, like I said, it does pay to just kind of look around. None of these rocks are marked out as to where anything is, but I'll show you what's on the side of this rock right here. Let me go over here so I can give you a better shot. Let me turn around. And that's what it says right there. Spiritual power. I like that. Look at how the rock or this boulder is split right down the middle. That's awesome. Spiritual power. Wow. I didn't see this one last time I was here, and it's been years. How cool is this? It's almost kind of like this wild goose chase through this old ghost town and finding all of Roger Babsons' rocks. It's pretty sweet. Here's another boulder that was carved, and it was carved with the word ideas. And I guess Roger Babson, for the time, had some crazy ideas that not a lot of people agreed with. Like I said, his own family thought he was kind of crazy. But what I've come to find is the crazy ones are the good ones. Let's look for a spot to have some lunch. What's up here? There's another rock right up here. Let's check it out. Look at that intelligence. That's pretty sweet. And it's not like these are little boulders. I mean rocks or anything. These things are huge. These things are big boulders. Let me put that into perspective so you can see. But look at this. Get the sun glare out of your eyes so you can see that better. Is that better? Yeah. What a peaceful day. This is so beautiful. Gorgeous day for a hike. And this trail, I believe, is just under or around 7 miles. So, I'm gonna be out here enjoying the weather. And for almost January, it's not a bad day. I guess I'll take this opportunity to say Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year to you. 2024 is going to be so much more. I have so many plans. And I'm not really one for resolutions or anything like that. I don't really like to set myself up for failure. I might have goals that I'd like to achieve, but I really don't have any kind of like resolutions. Do you? Do you make resolutions? Some people go on diets every January. I could care less at this point, you know. All right, so anyways, let's get, oh, wow, it's rocky. Let's get back to the trail. So this is basically what the trail looks like. It's extremely rocky. Way cool. And off onto the trail. Off to the right, just happened to notice another inscribed boulder. Now that's a great message right there. Something the whole world could use a little more of. Kindness. Actually, patience too, I'll just say that. Oh, there's someone on the trail. Let's say hi. Hi, puppy. Hi. Look at you. Hi. Oh my goodness. Hi. Well, here's a sign right here. To Rockport. Dogtown is divided between the city of Gloucester and the town of Rockport. So I guess if we were off to Rockport, Rockport would be that way. But we're going to continue on the trail, and we're going to head that way. Okay, there's another stone right there as we get closer down towards, I believe there's a reservoir further on down, so that's going to be a good place to stop and have some lunch. Might hear the train in the distance. Courage. Nice. Always got to have some courage. What a beautiful area to come through here. I haven't seen anybody except that one guy and his dog. Whoa, a little rocky. But he was also telling me that these boulders are from glacial activity So as the glaciers melted, they carried the rocks, and wherever they landed is where they are today. A lot of these boulders that you see with the inscriptions, a lot of them are off trail. This happens to be on the trail, but a lot of them are scattered throughout the woods. And I'm not going to go searching for all 36 of them. I think they say there's like anywhere between 30 and 36 of these inscripted rocks. And yeah, we're just going to continue on this hike and enjoy the day. Put some miles in, get some fresh air. Gonna have something to eat pretty soon, see some beautiful sights. And I'm glad you're coming with me to check it out. This is awesome, and I think you have to take advantage of these nice days. You know, get out when you can, when it's a nice day, because the snow, which is still awesome anyways, but you got to get out on these nice days. I think I see the reservoir coming up over here. Can you believe it? It's 57 degrees. It's almost January. Showing you another boulder along the way. This one is inscripted with the word truth. I mean, look at, they really did a good job with carving this all out. And to stand the test of time almost 100 years later. Absolutely incredible. Oh boy. It's funny, that guy was telling me that there's a lot of abandoned and not so abandoned campsites in here. And this place is not for camping. Here's one right here. I'm not sure if this is active or if someone's living here, but there's a campsite right here. Hello? Should we check it out, guys? Guys, don't do what I do. This might be dumb. Hello? 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 Just visiting. Just visiting your site. Hello? Oh, so somebody was living here, as you can see. Look at that. They had quite the setup. Look at this tent. This is crazy. Hello? Oh my God. Look at this. So, it's trash and someone's laundry. Oh my God. There's an old cooler right here. Tarp. Maybe for water or something like that. These guy lines attached to the tree, so I'm not sure if anyone's currently staying here. Kind of looks like a sad little site. But someone's shoes right there. Wow. Alright, so guys, don't do what I do. That might have been dangerous. But it just so happened he was telling me that There's a lot of people that live out in these woods. And it looks like we just saw that. So this is now coming up on the reservoir. This might be a good spot to chill out for a little while. Hopefully, if we run into the inhabitant of that tent, they will be friendly. Ooh, this is steep. All right, I'll see you when I get down there, guys. Ooh, that wind is picking up. So there's the reservoir. And right now I'm just kind of looking for a spot to chill out. Set my chair up and sit down. Maybe we'll find a spot over here. Am I even on the trail anymore? What? Alright, maybe we'll just go up this way. Jesus Christ. There's somebody sleeping right here. Guys, there's somebody sleeping right next to me. Oh my God. Maybe that's the guy. Maybe that's his tent. I gotta get out of here. There's a fire pit. There's a fire pit right here. Oh Lord. Alright, let me get out of here. Wow. Well, I'm glad I didn't disturb that guy that was laying on the rocks. Wow, this is beautiful, but now I'm gonna rethink where I'm gonna have my lunch. I don't think I'm gonna have it right here. I'm gonna just keep on moving. All right, here we go. Yeah, I didn't even see that guy though. I just happened to look over and there was somebody just laying there sleeping. Wow, look at this. This is cool. Maybe I'll stay here. All right, let's see if I can get across this. Oh boy. This looks like about as good as a sight as any, so I'm gonna take off this backpack, set up a chair, get a coffee on, and have some lunch. I was going to set up a chair, but you know something? Why not use what nature provided and then use a rock? Get my lunch going. Today I'm just packing light. I got the Osprey Tempest 20. I'm using this pack today. Nice and light. Today's lunch is chicken Alfredo pasta by Pete Refuel. If If you haven't tried this, I highly suggest it. And I haven't done the video for that yet, but I got in touch with Pete Refuel, and anyways, that will be coming soon. It's an interesting story, but today we're gonna have premium freeze-dried chicken Alfredo pasta. So that's what's for lunch today. But first, I think I need a cup of coffee. Might be a little too windy for this, so I'm going to put this over here in between these rocks. I'll bring you back, guys, when I have this coffee made. Now I have an eye over my shoulder. I'm actually not too far from that dude, but honestly, he's just chilling. He's sleeping. So I'm not really too worried about it. You know, live and let live. Live and let live. But I will tell you, I was a little taken aback when I first came around the corner and saw that dude just sleeping there. You know, I wish him all the best. Sounds like the train's going by. Maybe we'll get to see if the train track. There, look, can you see it? Water boiling already. All right. I'll save this water. I'll have to reboil it in a little bit for my lunch. Oh, this is awesome, huh? I'm so glad you guys come along with me. It's like you keep me company when I'm out here talking to my camera, you know? Gives me something to do also, you know, talking to you guys. And for anybody new, if you happen to stumble across this video, feel free to like and subscribe. I'm always trying to change it up here on the channel. There may be something that appeals to you. There may not be, but there may be. You know, it's free entertainment. Why not? Alright, I think I have all this creamer dissolved now. Oh yeah. Actually, let me just add a little bit more water to that and get that reboiling. So that way, while I'm enjoying my coffee, I can have my lunch. All right. What am I doing here? What on earth am I doing? And I will take my trash with me. Just take out the oxygen absorber. Just about ready to eat my lunch, but I just wanted to show you the temperature is dropping. Maybe it's because I'm sitting by the water, I don't know, but it's 47 degrees now. gonna eat my lunch. Look at this beautiful scenery. All right, chicken Alfredo. And I'm only facing this way. I should be facing that way, enjoying the scenery, but it's a little windy. So, a little chilly, it's getting cold. Oh my God. This right here is so good. Can't think of a better surrounding to have some lunch. These days are getting further and further apart. Just had a storm yesterday. It was so windy and rainy. And today it's a beautiful day. Yeah, like I said, I'm not far from that dude sleeping on the rock, but he's not bothering anybody and he's not going anywhere, so I'm not worried about it. But I am aware, you know? Well, I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me chow down on my lunch, so I'll bring you back in a little bit, all right? What a beautiful spot to chill out and relax and have some lunch, right guys? The sun's starting to go down just a little bit. We got a little ways to go. And if you're hearing gunshots, there's a shooting range like not too far. So as we get closer towards the beginning of the trail, you'll probably hear that gunshots a lot louder. But let's continue on. It's amazing out here. Let's continue on. So guys, as we walk along the trail a little bit more, I'm going to provide you with some history of why this place is considered haunted. I mean, I haven't really felt anything in these woods. Maybe it's a different story at night, but I think the only thing haunting these woods right now is the sound of planes going overhead, the train going by, and the gunshots off in the distance. So anyways, I'm going to provide that to you now. After the War of 1812, most farmers moved away from Dogtown. Fears of coastal attacks were dwindling and new roads were being opened between Rockport and Gloucester. This is when all the trouble started. Those without a family to follow remained behind, widows and some independent single women. Rumors began to brew that some of these women had stayed in order to practice their witchcraft. Strange booming sounds began to be heard coming from the town, and travelers reported flickering lights and strange figures in the forest. Some of these inhabitants were women such as Lucy George, Molly Stevens, Judy Rhines, Peg Wasson, Thomasine Tammy Younger, and Molly Jacobs, who had long been suspected of witchcraft. Thomasine, or Tammy Younger, was known as the Queen of the Witches. She entertained buccaneers and lawless men, made rum and butter, and held card games and read fortunes. Peg Wasson, according to a New York Times article about Dogtown, which was published in 1921, had once been accused of flying around on a broomstick, and did so one day disguised as a black crow over a camp of soldiers, who shot the crow down with a silver sleeve button fired from a gun after regular bullets had failed to do the job. At that same time, legend has it, Peg Wasson fell ill at home with an injured leg from which a doctor extracted an identical silver button. A New York Times article attributes the large number of lost hikers in Dogtown to the alleged witch's evil power, and states that occasionally a distinct cackle can be heard coming from these woods. Dogtown is littered with rumors about werewolves. There are claims that the Indians who originally inhabited the Gloucester area said they were descendant from a race of dog-headed men. They also believed that anyone who ate the wolfbane plant would revert back to their ancestral form, hairy, fanged, and clawed. There was also a brutal murder of a young teacher in Dogtown in 1984. It didn't help the town's reputation and has led to further speculation that evil spirits reside in these woods. Oh shit. This is part of the... There's no way around this. It's all thorns in there, so... Oh boy. Okay. What the... Alright, we're just gonna go for it, I guess. Oh. We are officially soaked. I love nothing more than going to these places other than camping. My favorite thing is to go hiking to either lost ruins or to find things in the woods that have been, left for many years. But this has been awesome, stepping back in time, walking through history, and I'm glad you got to come along with me. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I know I did, and I will see you on the next one. My feet are soaked.